Hey everyone, it's Justice for Comics. It's Friday afternoon. It is time to review the Hot 10 list from CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. This list comes out every Friday. It kind of highlights the books that are moving this week. Most of the time, they're new books. Sometimes there are some older books. It's just a mix of all kinds of different comics from right now to the past, so it's kind of an interesting list sometimes. Other times it's a little boring. This week's looks pretty good. There's a couple interesting books on there, so let's highlight it. A couple books I wasn't too aware of. So you're always learning in this business. You're always finding out new information. All right, let's jump into it. Let's start off with the honorable mentions first. First one there is Baffling Mysteries number 8. Cool looking cover, got a femme fatale cover. 6.5 sale at $3,600 this week. All-time high grade for this book. Previously was a 4.0 at $550 just this past summer. It says whoever bought the 7.0 for $50 15 years ago is getting a slight return on their investment, I would say. I think it costs even back then, I think it was $30 to grade a book, even in the early days of CGC. So yeah, that was a pretty darn good deal. It says this cover is especially TBH. I don't know what TBH it means. I should know that acronym, but I don't. It says especially the lizard men Mohawks, way ahead of their time. Yeah, it's a cool cover. It's interesting how the title takes up a quarter of the cover of the book. Very interesting. But I like it. It has some nice eye appeal. Red cover, yellow lettering. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. The other honorable mention is Black Adam Endless Winter Special number 1, the Jock variant. I believe this was a 1 in 25 book. I do have 2 copies of this in my collection. Both very high grade. It's always been in my opinion, this has always been a $30 to $40 book, so I don't know why they're saying 25 to 30 up to 40 to 50, unless the book dropped and I wasn't aware of it, but it's always been above ratio, this book. It's not a real heavily printed book. It's a 1 in 25 on a one-shot. There's not a lot of people that went heavy and ordered on this book, so there were a lot of shops that didn't get this book. All the shops near me didn't get this book at all. So, yeah, I mean, think about it. You're going to have to order 25 copies of a one-shot, a DC C-list character. I mean, I know The Rock is obviously going to bring this character to the forefront, but prior to The Rock really being associated with Black Adam, no one really cares about, no one really cared about Black Adam. He was a C-list villain, somebody to go up against Shazam. But obviously with The Rock being involved, the trailer just dropped this past week. I don't know if you were able to catch that. I did watch it on YouTube. It's a real brief trailer. It's just a couple, maybe 2 minutes long. It's just the first introduction of Black Adam, and he basically kills a bunch of guys. So I mean, it's pretty cool. It's definitely going to be a dark movie. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be, it's DC's pretty dark. It's going to be a lot darker than what you get at Marvel. But it looks pretty good. I like it. This book it's an awesome cover, by the way. Actually, I don't think that's a Jock cover. Yeah, I think that's a Boss Logic cover. So CBSI, you have that incorrect. That is not a Jock cover. That is a Boss Logic cover. So they got that wrong. It's Boss Logic. I remember that specifically. I'm a big collector of Boss Logic covers. He doesn't do many. When he does, make sure you buy them. Yeah, that was a Boss Logic cover, not Jock. So CBSI has that incorrect. Number 10 is Ghost Rider number 33. This was one of the books I was not aware of. It's a pretty cool Tony Moore cover. I like Tony Moore's artwork. He's famous for doing early issues of The Walking Dead. I really dig his art. He's done some really cool covers. He did a cover for a Hulk issue I think that I really like as well. So yeah, he's definitely a good artist. This was a $40 to $50 book, now $75. I guess it has a bunch of first appearances. It went up because one of the bottom feeder websites said that one of the Ghost Riders will be in Doctor Strange #2. It says, I really wish someone was keeping stats on these sites and seeing how often their garbage reports actually stick to the wall. Oh, Ben. Ben's hating on somebody's site. I have no idea what site he's talking about, but I don't know. Ben seems like a jaded guy to me these days. I don't know. I've chatted with him a few times on Instagram. Yeah, he could grow a personality. He could learn to grow a personality. He doesn't have much of one. Number 9 is Phoenix Song Echo. Number 1, the Oscar Vega 1 in 25 variant. It's a cool cover. I like it. A lot of gold on that cover. It is striking. I could see why people like this cover. It did sell out pretty quickly at Midtown when it premiered, I think just a week ago. Now selling $40 to $50. I did check eBay. Yeah, consistently between 50 and 60. So I don't think you're going to get it for 40. It's definitely going to be $50 or more. There's maybe 6 copies on eBay. So probably not a heavily ordered book. Even though it is the first issue, not a lot of shops are going to sell 25 copies of the A or B cover. So I can see why this might be a tough book to find. eBay is the only place I've seen it. Most of the shops have sold out of it, even at $50, $60 pricing. It says here, not sure, only 11 current listings. Yeah, it's lower than that. It's about 5, 6 listings now. So there's been some sales here in the last day. But yeah, that's the hot cover from Marvel for the week, at least. Number 8 is Uncharted #1. I guess a trailer dropped this week. I don't really know. I think I played the game maybe one time. Isn't that an old PlayStation game? I think so. Prices rose from around $30 to $60. Even the trade paperback will run you around $60 to $75. Count me as one who is looking forward to the movie. I'm a sucker for action-adventure flicks. Yeah, I wouldn't see it in the movie theater. I might see it if it's on Netflix or something. If it's on a streaming service, I might check it out. But I don't know. Video game movies don't tend to do well. Those Tomb Raider movies come to mind. I don't think they did very well commercially. Number 7 is Amazing Spider-Man number 569. Yeah, John Romita Jr. I don't like his art. Probably one of the reasons I never bought this book. Raw copies are now $100. This is the first full appearance of Anti-Venom. He's likely to maybe make an appearance in the new movie. Who knows? Supposedly he's going to be in the movie. Says, I still like the Granov cover a lot as a long-term play, though. Yeah, I don't know. I think after this Venom movie, you probably see this book drop. I don't think it's a character that you're seeing pop up a lot in regular storylines. But yeah, if you got that book, dust it off. It's doing well. Number 6 is Shazam number 28. Classic cover of Black Adam on the cover. I don't know, what is this? First bronze appearance maybe of Black Adam? What does Ben have to say here? He says, a match made in heaven? The Rock, Black Adam? I think so. The Rock isn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but he is pouring his heart and soul into this film. I think that is a good sign. Finally getting that teaser is a big deal for the DC Universe. A 9.8 will run you about $7,000 right now. A 9.0 at $1,000. A 9.2 at $1,300. All are at all-time highs. Yeah, it's just one of those books. It's always been a marquee book. Classic cover. I don't have it in my collection, unfortunately, but I don't have a lot of older DC stuff. But yeah, it's moving. That book is hot. Number 5 is Something is Killing the Children, the hardcover slipcase edition. I talked about this on my live stream yesterday. The pre-sales on this were $50 to $60. I think around $69.99 actually. And now it's definitely, see, they're wrong here. It's definitely $170 or higher. You're not going to find it $125 to $150. So you're off on that, Comic Book Invest. Yeah, it's the print run of this book is higher than most of the store exclusives. So, and I think the store exclusives are way better. So save your $175 and go buy one of the store exclusives. They're way lower print runs and way better covers. And there's nothing extra in the limited slipcase edition. A lot of people are pissed off about that. I see a lot of people posting about that on Instagram and on YouTube. I don't know. I think Boom Studios likes to play tricks. They like to kind of screw with us a little bit. Number 4 is Gun Hunting #1, the second print. This is a Virgin variant. Ben says, what is it about this series that is making people pay premiums? It's not like we haven't seen these types of covers before. Is it the story? Is it speculators? Please explain. All right, Ben, let me explain this to you. Let me hold your hand like a small child and walk you through this. Gun Hunting's doing well because it has a hot chick with big tits. And she doesn't kill people. She places weapons for the killers. So she's basically somebody who gets the weapon in the right place at the right time for the assassin. It's kind of an interesting story concept. The first issue was an interesting read. And the other thing that's hyping this series is you've got some really cool, or at least you have a really cool Adam Hughes cover. That will do it. It's a really nice cover, and there's a lot of store exclusives on it. So there's a lot of attention on this series because of the artists. And the reason this book is doing so well is because the print run on this is only about 2,000, maybe 2,300. So really low print run. Most shops did not order this. So you're not going to likely find it at a comic book shop. I doubt very highly that you'd find it there. So the only place left is eBay. I was lucky enough to grab one of them from Midtown. Midtown limited you to only one per customer. Even Forbidden Planet, which is usually a couple days behind what happens here in the States, even they had sold out of this book. So yeah, the print run is super low, and it's probably going to be a $50 to $60 book soon if I had to guess. So there you go, Ben. That's why. Number 3 is She-Hulk #6. I guess Star Fox is on this. This one jumped from $30 to $40 from cover price. Ben says, what is going on? No one ever cared about this character. I guess fanboys have more Harry Styles posters on their walls than I would have thought. Is that who he's supposed to look like, Harry Styles? By the way, Harry Styles has 3 nipples. Look it up. Fact. 3 nipples. All right, number 2, Gunslinger Spawn #1, the Todd McFarlane signed variant. 1,191 of these in existence, so not exactly a super low print run, but it will run you $550 to $650 right now. Ben says, not a shock to anyone. I love McFarlane as much as the next guy, but honestly, what is the fascination with these signed Todd McFarlane books? I kind of agree. I think it's overhyped. I don't know. Maybe way down the road, these books will have a lot of value to them, but in the next few months, if you told me that the value of these books dropped 40-50%, I absolutely would not be shocked. I could easily see that happening. So be careful out there. If you're buying this, if you're buying it and holding it long term, you know, I think you'll be okay. But I definitely wouldn't. This is not a book to flip. Let's put it that way. Number 1 on the list is Avengers #232. 9/8 sales of $700, and then $950. This was $100 less than 2 months ago. Ben says, there's no way these buyers are legit. $40 to $50 raw for a very fun to near mint copy as well. This was literally a $5 book. I think I have that in my collection, in fact. I bought a run of early Avengers books because of the WandaVision show. I did really well. I sold 2 or 3 of the books, and it paid for all the other books that I kept. So I've got 2 sets. I sold 1 set basically, and more than paid for both sets, and then a little extra. So I think I have that book in my collection. I'll have to dig it out and see. I don't know if it's a 9.8, but man, that would be a good one to get graded, I guess. Jeez, almost $1,000. That's crazy. So there's your list. So on the list, I think I have 1, 2, 2. I have 2, and then I have the Black Adam. I've got 2 copies of that. Yeah, it's an interesting list this week. I think there's a couple that I agree with Ben that I don't know why they're on there. But, Ben doesn't know everything. I have to teach him a few things. So hopefully Ben watches this video and learns. I doubt he will. All right, guys, that's all I had for you. It's Friday. I hope you guys had a good week. I will do a live stream later this weekend, probably either Saturday or Sunday night. I'll send out notification when I do, and I don't know. I'll come up with something to talk about. Maybe there's a couple cool exclusives coming out this weekend that look nice. Definitely one on Sunday that I'm interested in, so I will maybe talk about that. So stay tuned. Hope you guys are having a great end of the week. Happy Friday to everyone, and I'll see you guys soon.